Well, hacker Chris Vickery, he claims he was just researching and stumbled upon a database containing various personal pieces of information from over 191 million American citizens who'd registered to vote. Vickery told Forbes that he's in possession of over 300 GBs of voter data, including party affiliations, voter records, all dating back to 2000. Nick, Forbes called Vickery a white hat hacker, someone that just searched for himself in a database, but critics are saying this is akin to somebody going into an office and stealing paper files as if the door was unlocked. You know, he claims to have uncovered 80 exposed databases, including Sanrio companies, Hello Kitty. What do you make of this? Violating state and federal law all over the place, all in the name of just pointing out breaches.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's important to do that, but there is a right and a wrong way of doing it, right? I mean, this info, I just want to say first off, this info was actually always available. You just had to go through the proper channels in order to access it.
Well, some of it was, but some of it wasn't. I mean, we're talking about companies in some cases where personal private emails exchanged between people, like on a dating website,
that's true,
are now exposed.
But if we're talking specifically about voter registration information, you could have gotten that, but I think you're right. He just kind of exposed that this backdoor in regards to this information is completely wide open, even for everyone, you know, potentially scammers as well. So you're right. I'm not praising this guy in any way. I'm not defending what he's doing. I'm just saying, you know, this stuff was available. He's just exposing clear backdoors.
He's really good at PR. You know, Reuters has covered him as well as Forbes this morning. And he's saying that these databases that he was able to access, first he looked for his name, then he looked for police officers' names to make sure that it was legitimate. We're talking about 191 people in all 50 states, their birth dates, their party affiliations, their names, their phone numbers, their emails, their voter identity, when they voted, in which elections did they vote, really personal information. Yeah. And it just really rubs people the wrong way. And the question becomes, did he violate federal law? Is the U.S. Federal Elections Commission going to go after him, for example? You would think that they would.
I'm sure a lot more people would too. Yeah, right. You're right. I'm sure a lot of people want to get this guy in trouble. Maybe we can finally leave it up to this guy to actually do the proper KKK exposing hack, right?
Hey, there you go.
That Anonymous tried to do. At worst, if Anonymous is hiring, maybe he can get a gig with that.
Seriously, he would be the perfect candidate for Anonymous, hacking into over 80 companies. This is what Jeff Chester, the executive director for the Washington-based Center for Digital Democracy, had to say. He said privacy regulations are required so a person's political information can be kept private and safe. Now, that's a very basic quote, but he's absolutely right. I mean, that's something very personal, how people vote and when they vote.
It just shows, I mean how fragile all of our personal information is and how easy it is potentially for people to gain access to it. It's kind of scary, you know?
Right. Well, this is what Chris Vickery had to say. He said, I want our society to respect privacy more. We need a serious referendum on the way private data is handled. I would agree with you, Mr. Vickery, and I think that referendum starts with keeping people like you away from information.